So this is for the trainer. We want to make sure to steward the House of Peace search, the harvest time. And so this debrief is really important. One, to capture, what is God doing out there and what have they learned, but also to cast some vision for what if this time in the harvest were multiplied and how could that be used to accomplish no place left. So what we're tracking when we're going out is we want to know how many homes were answered. We don't track if people are not answering. How many homes were answered? So that's an open door. How many received prayer? How many gospel shares were you able to get through the 3 circles? And then those responses of red light, yellow light, green light, and then how many said they were Christians? Did we have any baptisms that took place? Anyone you were able to train in the 411, whether it was a new believer or pre-existing? And lastly, any follow-up schedule, just because we want to make sure that we get that information to make sure that people get followed up on, especially if you're dealing with a local team. They need to be able to go and follow up. This is, it's just, the follow-up is so important. So these are the things we want to track. And so just set that up on the board. And then once they come back in, have somebody from each group come and provide for you the information that you'll fill in one at a time. And then it's a chance to also, while that's going on, have them share stories from the harvest for people to be encouraged by. Okay? Okay, so this would be a typical example of what we would see. So we just want to review with the room. So let's go ahead and look and see what were the results from our 1 hour out in the harvest. Okay, so we had 6 teams of 2. All right, for 1 hour today. And as a result of those 6 teams of 2 in 1 hour, we were able to pray for 33 homes, or 33 homes answered the door. And we had 17 people that received prayer. That's awesome. And then of those people who received prayer, 13 heard the gospel presentation. That's amazing. And then of those 13, we had 7 red lights, 4 yellow lights. So praise God, there's 4 people that are interested in follow-up. And then 2 green lights. Praise God. And also encouraging to see we got a few Christians out there. And we even had John over there, appropriately named John the Baptist, baptize a guy in the bathtub there. That's phenomenal. And so we got through the 411 follow-up, and it looks like we had one of those was a Christian already, okay? And then out of the 6, we had 4 that are following up. So everybody made sure they got those connected? Okay, all right, because we want to make sure to follow up those people. It's so important that we follow up with these folks. So now, we've heard some really exciting stories from the harvest here while we were tabulating this up, but how many of you guys, before we went out, were just absolutely terrified? Raise your hand. Yeah, okay, good. Now, how many of you are still terrified? Okay. But who here is more likely to go out another time than they were an hour ago? Good, okay. So imagine how you felt then and how you feel now as you guys go out and share with people. I bet as people hear about what you did today, they're going to be like terrified. But would just challenge you to take them out and show them yourself. And you go from being a trainee to a trainer, you become a lot more bold. And just to play this out, I think, what did we say? In this city here, we have 300,000 lost people. All right? And so that's our vision for No Place Left, is going after the 300,000. And we had 6 teams of 2 in 1 hour that engaged 33 homes in 1 hour. All right? And so what were to happen if the 6 teams of 2. What if we were to double that? Okay, we would have 12 teams of 2. All right, so that would bring that up to 66 homes. And what if we were to say instead of 1 hour, we went out for 2 hours? Okay, so that would bring it up to 132. And what would happen if we were to go out and do this instead of just, one time in a year? What if we were to do this every week? If you had 12 teams going out for a couple hours every week, how many homes would that be? Would you be engaging? All right, so 132 times 52. I don't know that number off the top of my head here. So that would be 6,864 homes. Okay. Now, what if each one of those teams was to double and train another team? You see how then now if we double the teams, now we got over 13,000 homes. Okay. Do you see where this is going? You guys in 1 hour and 6 teams were able to engage 33 homes. But if you guys were to train others and take others with you and you did 1 or 2 or 3 nights a week, what would it take to reach the 300,000 lost people? Do you have time in your calendar? Do you have people on your oikos map that you could reach? Because this is how we're going to reach this city, is you taking and multiplying what we did today and going out and engaging the lost and taking others with you. Let's do that. Let's come up with a plan for how, after this training, you can set aside time each week that you're going to go out in the harvest together. And you're going to meet together to go through the 411 and the commands of Christ, that we could see this multiply and reach this city. You think you could do that? All right, let's go.